Lady Laura Linda's here, joining me, helping out with the button and clicking. Underway. Let's see how things go. Start off with some money. For those of you who are not familiar with the War for Hyrule, it is a series being put on by Lumaga and friends, where teams are divided up into two factions, Hyrule Guard and Ganon's forces. And there are 4 races every weekend, 2 on a Saturday, 2 on a Sunday. And those runners will wind up competing with each other, trying to see which faction gets control of a particular territory. Today we're looking at Ice Palace. And you do see a glove early on here, which will be interesting. That will give us some possibilities. So far in this War for Hyrule, Hyrule guards have been taking advantage of some of the races. Now it's been a close one for some of the more recent races between the two factions. As a result, Hyrule Guard does have several of the territories open up to them. I guess we'll get Maniacal. There we go. Maniacal back. If you want to get more information about the War for Hyrule, you can go do !WFH. And we'll do our best to try to get you some more information about this as well as we move along. And races are still open to new signups. So if you are watching this, you didn't know about this series of races between everyone, this is not a closed event. You can go ahead and join. We do have a grand total of 45 runners inside of this race. As we try to see what we can get inside of Kakariko Village, we did see a bow for Maniacal. A Moon Pearl also will be available here, so if we can get ourselves the Talisman before we leave town, then we're going to be able to make our way into the Dark World. Looks like Radical Sniper, otherwise known as Jesse, is going from south to north. Probably didn't have any bombs early on, so purchased some. Maniacal about to pick up the Moon Pearl as well. So once again, these are 2 runners out of 45 who are currently doing battle here in the War for Hyrule. I internally will be rooting for one particular member of this race as a member of Ganon's forces myself, but right now, like I said, it hasn't been strong for Ganon's forces. It's been close. But yeah, this is open 7-7, so we're just basically doing a straight up open race here. There's our bow found for Radical Sniper. I saw a piece of heart here in the library. And there's a save and quit for Radical Sniper. We do see our map. We do see a pendant at Eastern Crystals over at Hera, as well as Desert. Maniacal is going to go grab that half magic. Radical Sniper did not get it. I don't think he scouted that southern area because he went the south to north and wanting to get some bombs. So Radical Sniper's the first one done of the area. Gonna head over here, check the dam, see what we have inside. Again, one of the big components is either that second glove or a hammer that would give us some Dark World access. As it is, Pendant Eastern is a beatable dungeon, but do you go immediately for Pendant Eastern in this position? I think you wait for maybe something else to direct you in that direction, but that's just me who's been burnt by Pendant dungeons in the past. Factory of Escape for Maniacal gives us a change of clothing. There's our lamp and there's an ether as well, so my spidey senses really are tingling Eastern. I don't know if you make that though. Unfortunately, Jesse's getting that Moldorm that just wants to go south, but does finally get it on the third bomb. Mini Moldorm will give us a refund for bombs, gives us 20 rupees, some arrows, and more money, and bombs as well. As Maniacal is taking the bait here to Eastern, let's see if this is true bait or if there is something here inside of this Eastern Palace. Green Pendant is the Palace of Darkness, so that is 2 of our 3 Pendant dungeons now known to us. We get ourselves a cape. Yeah, we just got ourselves a cape. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and check to see what we have inside the Ice Rod Cave. Radical Sniper using the rocks to try to get around. Our tracker, Lady Laura Linda, putting note to the cape and lantern, exactly what I was thinking here as well. That could be a thing, and I didn't get a chance because I was trying to get things settled here for the restream. I didn't get to see if either runner got to check the lumberjack. Looks like Radical Sniper is going to be heading over towards the Zora area. 911 rupees can make sense. Has issue getting in there the first time, but does get it in the second time. We do see a heart container. That is the first of the 3 items inside of this Eastern Palace. I think if you're Maniacal, if you're rooting for the Ganon forces, at least for Maniacal's sake, you're hoping that there's something inside of this Pendant Eastern. We do have a wavy coin. That is 2 of our 3 medallions now found on the hobo here, the man under the bridge, and we're gonna head over towards Zora. We're gonna get these items, which are out of logic. The Zora item is currently in logic because of the fact that we do have the gloves right now. And Lady Laura Linda pointing out that it was a red rupee or something of that nature. All right, so compass, that doesn't help. Searching continues. Still seeking either a hammer or a glove upgrade to get ourselves into the Dark World. 1 1/4 hearts inside of the Waterfall Ferry. And Maniacal gonna head over, try to grab this key. I don't think we've seen the big key, so big key is vanilla here. And we just have bombs on the ledge, so you don't need to worry about trying to set up fake flippers here. The instantly delete to get to the flippers for Radical Sniper. So for those of you that are just tuning in, this is the War for Hyrule. And I didn't see what we had on Zora. Bear in mind. Give me just a second. I know chat will go ahead and point things out in just a moment. Oh, silvers in the big chest of Eastern. Okay. That's not a bad find right there. All right, there we go. We do have Hub here with us. Welcome.
Thank you for having me. Sorry for the delay. I just looked at my messages and realized that I missed an invite.
That's fine. You're here now. So we've been sitting on a glove that we've got in Kakariko Village. We've got a bow that we got inside Kakariko Village as well. And we found out that the silvers are in the big chest of Eastern Palace. So it looks like Jesse is making his way in that general direction, though. A little bit of a freeze.
Sounds like a very generous care package that just went their way. So it may feels like it's gonna be a quicker open sea, but I'm not gonna jinx it here because I have seen a huge progression leap at the start, only for it to get staggered at the very end, very badly.
It looks to me like the way the seed is playing out, that there's going to be something over on the mountain there. Now, we only have access to 2 items, the Old Man and the Spectacle Rock, but there's something there.
Oh yeah, you're correct. We got gloves, we got lantern. Usually, whatever new items that you get, you tend to follow it to see where it leads you, because that usually tends to lead to either more progression, which is obviously the more sensible thing to go by. And just like you said, they just finished Eastern, so if not the mountain, most likely the escape sequence of Hyrule Castle and its basement.
Well, that's right, because this is open because we don't start there. As a result, that is still a consideration there, and I think what both runners are hoping to do, because we've gotten the cape out of Sahasrah's closet, we're really hoping to find that other piece that would direct us towards Agatara if we need to do it, for that to show up real soon.
Oh, you mean a sword?
Like a sword, yes.
We're gonna be needing the sword for that. And with our runners not finding one at this point of the game, I feel like the seed is going to direct them elsewhere. I've seen seeds locked behind the swords behind Dark Road very meticulously.
Very much so. Just answering a couple of questions. What place is up for stake for today? I believe I'll double check this. I believe it is the Ice Palace that is the territory that is up for stake right now, between Hyrule Guard and Ganon's forces. Answering question number 2, what MSU is Jesse using? It is the 8-bit Big Band MSU package. Pretty solid MSU package, all things.
Yeah, the fun thing about randomizers, or just in this game in general with this compatibility with MSU1, is that you got a lot of people just doing the good work of giving you copious amounts of soundtrack packs to use for whenever you're playing these games.
This I do agree with you. Definitely a lot of great MSU packages that are out there, and we've had the chance over the last year or so to get to showcase them to you. There's the silvers for Radical Sniper, and both he and Maniacal have opted not to finish this dungeon. It is for a pendant. Obviously, the chances of pedestal are slight, but still realistic, but they'll swallow the time loss if it does turn out to be that we have to go fetch that pedestal later on.
And even if it is the time loss, they are running under the assumption that the other runner is not going to do a pendant. Oh no. I believe that was a... Yeah, that was a huge error on Maniacal. Yeah.
That is a case where Maniacal was hoping to walk around, got caught by one of the Zora spawning at the fountain there, and wound up just having to swallow a time loss. Now, we know that Zora doesn't have anything important from what Radical Sniper showed us earlier. At this point, Maniacal has to put that as officially dead. All right, so we're going to find either something on Radical Sniper's side or we're going to find something on Maniacal's side, because these are the last checks we have right now.
Yep, who is holding our key ingredients? Will it be our swords that will lead us to Aga Tower, or will it be the hammer that will lead us into the Dark World?
Or the mids too, yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right, Titan mids, yeah.
All right.
And if there you can just
the sword.
All right, well, we got a sword.
Who else saw that coming?
Who's ready for a Aga 1 climb? Though, that is to say, don't count the seed out and doing some funny jokes here, because we could be going and getting the hook shot on top of Spectacle Rock somewhere, maybe. Or just, you know, just a quick look. Okay,
so we did get a sword right there on the old man. All right, so I guess if you're really rooting for Maniacal's side here with the Ganon's forces, you want to see a sword pop up here, because otherwise Jesse's in a advantage position, having to be not having to walk back to the castle once he gets done with this.
Yep, after he checks out the basement, he's going to definitely do a death warp most likely, and then we'll definitely start working on the top part of it.
And I do believe we have not seen the map yet. So that's still a possibility for Dark Cross. We've got the small key in the first chest. Maniacal trying to be very careful here not to get rid of the guard, because we might be using that for a death warp. Or we'll just get the 10 arrows there, and it's going to be the map inside of the Dark Cross chest. And Maniacal now knows that he made the wrong decision there. All right, so Radical Sniper, Jesse's going to get the advantage here, having gone to the old man, getting that sword first. All right, we've got ourselves a little bit of time here, Hub. We've got an Aga seed.
Yeah, we got a bit of an Aga seed. I mean, no stranger to this, especially for it to be on open. It could be worse. We could be doing an ice rod hunt, but I'm not gonna hold my breath on that one.
We still have that potential later on.
Yeah, we could have Rock being the crystal. So, but yeah, we're probably gonna be in for another treat after this one, seeing how this seed is playing a little bit of a jokes here and there. And Jesse is going to take the intentional death warp. saves them time by getting back to the entrance this way to go up the stairs so they can start doing the egg climb. And once Maniacal finishes checking out Spectacle Rock, they're probably going to be doing the same, except it's going to take them much longer because of the routing decisions that they chose.
Yeah, which is unfortunate, but there's not much you can do there. All right, friends, you've got 2 minutes to get your predictions in here on Speed Gaming on the Aga 1 blue ball count.
My count is going to be on 6.
Ooh, you're saying a very large number. We are getting some predictions thrown into chat here, both in text form, also through your points as well. Go ahead and throw your points in there. One of these days, Speed Gaming, I promise you, will find something neat that people can do with their points besides just highlighting their text.
The ability that we can use points for predictions like these is a blessing within itself when you think about it.
You're right. Also, shoutouts, by the way, to the people talking about that earlier race. The influ keys at 1 o'clock turned out to be quite a nasty chain of events in order to get some of the things going for that seed. I believe if you take a look at the scoreboard, which you can if you do exclamation point WFH, you can see how the results from earlier today's races went. Or if Google isn't having an issue.
The should be VODs still up as well if you really want to see the full action as well. Is that correct?
We did not have a chance to restream that race. However, it was a heck of a run for that race. All right, so the results of that one have not been made official just yet. But as noted before, Hyrule's Guard, the Hyrule Guards, they have won all but the first race, except for the results of this first race today. So far, they've won every race except for the opening Retrance race. So Hyrule Guards hoping to just take themselves a larger advantage here. Obviously, with this being an AGA required seed, I haven't been keeping count. How many have we had?
I want to say that was 2, but that could be 3.
2
It's
so
on the chat.
far.
Okay, yeah.
We'll do our best to keep up now. Still 2. Still 2. It's either going to be 2 or 3. It's 2.
Pretty generous of the Aga 1 fight to do that, but I guess they figured, the seed figured it played around a little bit too much there with the way how it
Map
plots
check.
the items out.
Oh, I guess we're not looking for Ice Rod, hopefully.
Yeah, that Ice Rod can still yeah, Trinex could still be carrying a progression item that leads to gold mode, so yeah. We're not out of the woods completely yet.
We only have really one place to go after we saw the 10 arrows on the pyramid that is heading over here towards the Palace of Darkness. So Radical Sniper's going to head over there, spend the 110 rupees on Kiki, get to see what great fun has in store. Actually, there's one other check that you can make.
They do their gloves, so they could check Catfish after this.
Yep.
But we're playing on it with the way how this is going, as he is playing the density route from the looks of it. So
yeah,
there's a lot of chests over there. You don't have to go far to get to them. So This makes a lot more sense that way.
Now, I'm wondering what Maniacal will do. It looks like Maniacal is going to go the same route, because one of the things I might have been thinking of is Maniacal took that unfortunate soft lock trying to get to Zora. Maybe he might be thinking, I need to make a move to make up for this, and most people would be heading here to the Palace of Darkness, so maybe I should head to Catfish first.
Well, here's another thing. We do not have Mire, so he may be also thinking if he finds Mire here in Palace of Darkness, he can use that to Catfish and then try to get to Zora again.
Right, but I was just thinking more just he's got to make like a home run play type of thing, swing.
Oh, yeah, Hail Mary, in a way, yeah.
Hail Mary, home run swing with 2 strikes out, 2 outs, that type of thing. But maybe this is also a situation where you don't want to go too aggressive, because then you're just going to lose time if the answer turns out to be here in the Palace of Darkness.
We do get shield number 1, and
Yay.
just not really enthusiastic though.
All right, so we just saw our 2 non-keys here in this first section of the Palace of Darkness. So we do need to go over here to the mimic side, get these 2 keys over here.
And thankfully, they got the appropriate weapon for that. An even better appropriate weapon, might I add.
Well, let me put it this way. If they didn't have the weapon for this, I'd have a lot of questions about logic right now.
Yeah, Logic would have thrown them a bone to lead them away from Palace of Darkness from the looks of it, if that was the case. But having the bone much early, they can just, the seed dictates they go here. Any other way, and then I would just be like, yeah, this is not funny, seed. You gotta give us something.
Seed doesn't really care. The seed wants to give us as little as possible.
It still has to follow a logic, though, even if it is twisted and shrewd.
There's logic?
Only
it
doesn't exist if you're playing glitches. It does not exist at all.
I mean,
Logic is only a concept when you're doing the glitch run.
That's the reason why I'll leave that to the professionals like Super Malmo World. There's the double keys for Maniacal. There's a Yahoo map. All right, so what do you think we're finding here?
Okay, so in order for them to progress further, they either need a hammer, hookshot, or I want to say flippers, because that'll allow them to go into the other side of the dark world. Any other?
Flippers really doesn't do a whole lot, though.
Wait, there's no bridge for the... Oh, wait, no, there's no bridge over there. That bridge is out. Forgot.
All right, well, we're having a little bit of technical issues over here with the Radical Sniper, as I guess we'll find out eventually what we're supposed to find over here.
On the bright side, though, all 3 medallions are collected, so we don't have to worry about having to deal with...
And I guess, what did Radical Sniper pull?
It has to be hammer. He's going this way. He's going...
I mean, if it was hammer, maybe you consider... I mean, unless it was for a compass, beating the dungeon. I mean, it's a pendant, yes. He must have gotten the book.
Oh, yeah. Either the... I don't think
it has to be the... It has to be the book. It has to be the book if he's coming this way.
Oh, so Agahnim's closet was already checked before, correct?
I don't think so. Oh, it must not have been the book.
Yeah, okay.
No, it's not. Okay.
Oh, that means Agahnim's closet has something big.
Agahnim's closet has something for us here.
That's wild.
Oh, wow.
We got a
Or
0 spirit check happening
Catfish.
here.
Or Catfish.
Okay, yeah, Catfish too.
It's on Catfish.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, Maniacal, if he did go for the home run, would have been right.
To be fair, after
Oh, wait.
cutting, trying to cut corners a little bit on the Hyrule Castle play, he felt like after that one, he was like, okay, no more trying to swing wildly. Let's play it by the book.
Okay.
Let's see where we go on from there. But oh, you was about to. You was saying something?
Oh, Jesse never checked this part. Never checked the library. Never checked the race game. Where that half magic that Maniacal has now. Oh, darn. Wow. Okay.
And this is why, even if you're running an open, you always do your full zero sure checks, so you don't have your mental goblins going at you.
And you don't do Aga, so you get this guard in the middle.
Right.
All right, so that's the half magic for Radical Sniper. He'll reluctantly collect that trash, and we'll see what this item is on Catfish. All right, mitts, hook shot, hammer. Those are the three big things. Mirror also would give us something to do.
Yep, it'll allow us to go to the Tower of Hera. So let's hope for that.
And the answer is it's the hammer.
All right. Now we are getting somewhere.
So with this hammer, obviously the play either is to head over to the village of Outcast, head over towards the portal over here, check Hype Cave and whatnot. Don't forget Magic Bat is a thing.
So yeah, let's see if High Cave lives up to his name. Because the way how these items distribution is, it's looking a little bit exciting right now. Let's hope for some progression. Let's put it that way.
So Maniacal's play at least paid out a little. I mean, I'm sure Maniacal doesn't feel great right now, and Jesse feels worse. We got our first bottle. Second bottle.
Huh. Only 2 bottles and a whole heart and some rubies. I mean, that's like a 2 at best. But that's only because we got a fairy in a bottle. If we didn't, I would have wanted my refund for that Hype Cave.
Esper, I'm going to hold off rating this Hype Cave.
Yes.
Until we see what Sick Kid has.
Okay. I like your way of thinking. Future investment.
If Sick Kid has something, then I'll raise it to a 4.
Well,
it ain't going to be anything higher than a 4 because then you have to make these runners work for this Hype Cave.
Exactly, yeah.
When you could have
maybe...
just...
Oh, go
I was
ahead.
just gonna say, is when the seed could have just given it to you right here and skipped the middleman.
Oh,
I mean, the Sick Kid, he's sick.
He's all the way over there in the light world. We have to like save and quit and reload the game to get back to there.
Exactly. And you're bothering a sick kid.
Do you know how many additional transitions, and screen changes we need to do to get to there?
1, 2, 3, 4.
I would say it's like 6. Those add up, you know?
Yeah, they do.
They really add up, Jerry.
There's 2. Here's 3. And 4 into the village. They're still painful transitions, regardless. All right, what does Sick Kid have?
Okay, so if the seed is playing games like this, I want to say hookshot. I'm calling it right now.
You know what I'm gonna say? A quarter heart.
Quarter heart.
He's not the answer.
He's not our answer.
Yeah, the answer is gonna be in Boo.
Oh no.
Mitts. Okay, on the magic bat.
Whoa. Well, Sick Kid definitely has nothing now. Magic Bat stole it from him. Why would Magic Bat stole the Titan's mitts from the Sick Kid? He's sick! So uncool.
He was just loaning it.
And we get
All right, not a quarter heart, but still.
And even worse junk to get.
All right. Here comes the mitts for Jesse. Here comes the adventure into the dark world for Maniacal. Please don't have this be the seed that requires us to mirrorless breadsmiths.
Oh my goodness. Oh, man.
As somebody who has run this game, that is one of the most annoying things. Having to do the breadsmiths without the mirror. Like, you talk about all those transitions. You got to save and quit. Then you've got to go those 4 transitions into the village. The 5th one over there to the breadsmith's home. Then you got to do the same thing with the purple chest after going back into the dark world.
It is we might as well be watching a Metal Gear Solid 4 cutscene at this point with the way how these transitions add up to time.
All right, Thieves Town, our first crystal dungeon. Four items inside, and of course, we're not going to get any of those 4 in this first floor. It's going to be all 4 dungeon items. I'm 3/4 there, friends.
I mean, we already picked up the big key, right? That's
No,
always
we have the small key.
Well, big key has to be picked up here. Otherwise, this
It does.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that we just got the small key in the map.
If this is compass, I'm going to be a little bit sick. All right, well, there's our big key.
Hold that thought. Hold that thought. Okay. The game threw us 1 bone.
And it was just a clump it was just a crummy piece of a heart.
Maniacal could use those piece of hearts. He's got 1.5.
Yeah. It would have helped if that small piece of heart had some, like 3 other pieces along with it to at least give him another whole heart to work with. So I guess we can't pick and choose our what we get out of these chests.
For certain. Chat pointing out, though, that we wound up getting a red bottle inside of the sea house. And so, therefore, my official grade for the Hype Cave, 1.5.
Oh, it's even worse, yeah.
1.5.
You didn't even need to go there.
I mean, the bottles are nice, but they didn't do anything.
Didn't even give us mild amusement. Just
gave us mild amusement for about 5 seconds.
Well, yeah, there we go. I was gonna
because the way that that Hype Cave started out, you were wondering if you're getting all 4 bottles in there. That would have been something. If 4 of the 5 checks inside of the hype cave was those bottles.
Yeah, that would be like playing. That would be. I want to see the odds on that one.
Somebody please do an actuary of 4 and 216 times 3 and 216 times 2 and 216, and then 1 and 216.
So
That's too much math for me.
Yeah, it's way. My head started spinning when you started asking for the odds on that one for those situations. But, so the seed hasn't given us any super major items besides the Titan mix.
I will shout out chat for their replies to that. Anyways, so welcome everyone to the War for Hyrule, a event that is being put on thanks to our friends over some of the members of the Go Mode podcast have put this together to create some very large races. Runners are divided into 2 different factions, the Hyrule Guard and the Ganon's forces. If you want to get more information about this, you can do WFH. And we hope to see you in next weekend's races. Still can join them. We're only 2 weeks in. Line kill for Maniacal. And there's nothing in Thieves Town.
At least we get a crystal. If this was a pendant, we would be very disappointed in this.
Just like they were in Pod.
We can, at the very least, take a look at the digging game, and then go do our first part of the blacksmith.
I already saw the digging game. The digging game was for a heart container. Both runners did that when they did the hype cave over to the dig game area. All right, here comes the 5 screen transitions as we wonk the breadsmith back.
Okay, so here's a horrid thought.
What is that?
What if Mire is in the purple chest?
Then I hate this game. It's done that to me in the past. And usually I put that off because I want the mirror in order to do these checks. And then I cry and complain because I waited to do those checks, and now I just lost the race by 40 minutes. Breadsmith, hook shot.
All right, we got some. We got some more areas to look into now. Thankfully enough.
Jesse's checking over here with the hammer pegs. That's the check that Maniacal did not do with the mitts just a moment ago. Probably saving that for the purple chest.
Yeah.
But Maniacal has a lot of checks that this hookshot does open up.
Yeah, hookshot opens up the east side of the mountain. And since we got the Titans mints, we can definitely do Dark World entry into here.
We've got 15 checks thanks to this hookshot. Between Paradox, Hookshot Cave, Super Bunny, and also the 2 items in the Tower of Hera.
I feel like you do Tower of Hera first.
Yes, you do.
Start working, yeah.
Actually, I missed one.
Spiral Cave, right?
16 making Spiral, yeah. But everyone knows how I am with the Spiral Cave. It doesn't exist.
It's just a figment of our imaginations.
Yes. All right, so nothing inside of Paradox Cave. Let's see what else we can go to.
Or that's where all the hearts were hiding. I see. What else? What else are you hiding from us, Seed? Is it something else that you'd like to sell us?
Well, let's see what's here on this ledge that we can't get yet because we don't have a mirror.
That's a heart.
Okay, so we don't care about that. There's the hook shot for Jesse, and Jesse will do the same exact thing. And again, I don't anticipate a lot of runners doing the purple chest for one long check when they could do these 16 checks in short succession. It's your items per minute, your checks per minute. They really do matter.
Remember, when you're unsure, always do your item checks by the density. More equals better, sometimes. Not all the times, though. As we get flippers in Tower of Terror. The second chest, or the second item check from there. Oh man, we're doing some hair pot clip as well. Clean.
And getting that first...
Oh, go ahead.
I was just going to say, getting that first item kind of gives you more incentive to do this. Now you just hope that Moldorm doesn't have the
Small
compass.
Key? Oh no, the compass, yeah. I mean, okay, we can theoretically do coffee break, but we're just hoping that Morty has the other item besides the dungeon item right now.
Also, do you know what those flippers open up?
Those flippers open up Ice Palace.
Yes, they do. Compass on Mothula.
Oh,
Trying
no.
to make your game.
I believe our friend Maniacal released the fairy, I think out of frustration for that.
Either that or he's preparing to go back in. Yep. Going back in.
Oh, okay. Yep. Preparing for a death warp. So that way
Yep.
you can just leave out and then go right back into checking the rest of the Death Mountain.
It's so annoying to get back here at this point.
Yes.
Some runners will skip this, but Maniacal doesn't want this to be the thing that puts him and the Ganon's forces behind.
Right. Like I said before, he played the Hailmaker already early and kind of paid a little bit for it. So he's like, you know what? Let me stop doing that. Let me just play it by the books a little bit and see where that takes me. And it's been working out a little bit for them.
And Jesse's going to be making the same play over here to do the Hera pot, which I think a lot of runners in this position would do the same exact thing that these two have done. How many of the 45? I don't know. I'm going to guess probably 80%.
I'm like the other 20% because I forgot how to do Hera pot at this point.
Hera pot is an easy trick since the bread setup came around, which you're seeing how Maniacal does it right over there, lining up against that top blue block there.
And he gets his fairy back, and then he's on his way out now.
And it's a really good check here. It's just 20 rupees.
Could have planned it better.
However, Jesse has decided that that item doesn't exist, so Jesse does gain some time and will be the first one over here to Spiral Cave to see what we have inside. 7 more items still remain up here on this mountain. Actually, make it 8. I'm forgetting 1. It's Spike Cave.
I was gonna say it's either Spike Cave or you we are just now remembering that a Spiral Cave exists.
It still doesn't exist to me.
Mm-hmm. It's just one empty swirl of a void. There's nothing to there except a Master Sword, perhaps.
I didn't see anything.
Jesse going into Dark World. Molten's gonna do Super Money Hop Cave, opting to do this instead of going to Turtle Rock to unlock it, which makes a lot of sense thinking about it. Like, you don't want to deal with Turtle Rock as much, like, as least as possible here.
At this point, we have everything that we need to unlock Turtle Rock, but we don't have the Key to Samaria, so it doesn't really make sense to open it up. Again, especially since it's a pendant dungeon.
Yeah, they'll most likely open it up if the seed just kind of just forces them to go into it. At this point.
Yeah. All right, so Super Bunny comes up empty. So the final 4 checks. Well, again, 4 plus 1. And we get ourselves our 4th bottle. So we have bottle percent. And more nothing. More nothing. And even more nothing.
All right, Spy Cave has to have something now. It's just, we're just been going down the line of checks. Like, okay, Seed, where is it? You got to give us something, please.
And it's not guaranteed that Spike Cave has anything for us.
Right, because we still got to go through Ice Palace.
Those flippers do open up Ice Palace, which again is a real possibility here. Runners would love to have a Cane of Samaria for this. The game's saying, nope, I don't care what you want.
You got half magic, you got blue K, use it. Oh, we got... Okay, so... what could theoretically be in Ice Cave now? It could just be everything, for all we know.
It could be nothing.
And Purple Chest... it could be nothing, and then we go to do our Purple Chest, and Mire is there, of all things.
Yep, that could still be the possibility. And
we also we're still gonna need Flute as well. So that can get us to the tower. Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, we still have some more possibilities, though.
Yeah.
So we've got Purple Chest, we have Ice Palace, we've got the 2 items in Skull Woods. Whether or not we're able to get those 2 items is a question mark. We also have Bumper Ledge.
All right, Bumper Ledge. We do have the cave for that one. But after those, yeah, those has to be the only ones because all the other checks, they've been already sorted out by the runners at this point. And if it's none of those, Jesse is gonna have another set of mental goblins telling them you should go back to Tower of Hera to do the remaining checks.
So, in my mind, I think Jesse's on the right path.
Yeah,
If I'm using my normal thinking, getting those flippers out of the Tower of Hera, my thought process is Jesse's on the right path. Maniacal is not at this point. But we could be proven wrong, like the fire rod right there in Skull Woods.
Oh my goodness. Well now. Oh man, what if this leads to some more King now? I mean, Fire Rod, that is great that we got Fire Rod, but it really doesn't open up much else besides clearing this dungeon.
Well, the big thing for Maniacal here is one, it's going to allow him to beat this dungeon. 2, it's going to make Ice Palace more tolerable as opposed to Radical Sniper.
Yeah, having to use the... Like, even though you're using the Bombos medallion with half magic, you still gotta go through the cutscene part of it, which still takes up time, so...
Well, the big thing for Maniacal is if he does know how to do a quick kill on Cold Stare with a fire rod with a Bombo setup, that's going to save time.
Wait, that exists?
Yeah, you get him over towards the left side and you just spam him with the 4 fire rod
Oh,
shots.
okay.
And that's definitely a fast kill. It's satisfying when you pull it off. That's a modular kill for Maniacal. The other item in Skullwoods is the mushroom, so we're done.
Nice. Now let's see what that mushroom turns into now.
And since that's behind the fire rod, my spidey senses are tingling about that. I have a feeling Maniacal is going to go grab or go check Bumper Ledge and then go grab the purple chest first. So far, all we've seen are bombs here in the Ice Palace. And again, my mindset, if I was looking at this from the runner's standpoint, would be that there's something here in this Ice Palace. All right, let's see what we have here on Bumper Ledge. It's just bombs. So we're gonna go grab. We're gonna do the hammer pegs because Maniacal didn't do that the first time around, and then we're gonna go grab the purple chest. Take that to what is that? Gary? They call him. I don't know some of these memes.
I think Gary.
I've been in this community for as long as I have, and there's definitely some memes I'm not fully understanding or fully sure of. Gary is the old man, thank you. Okay, yeah, I got that one. See, this is what I don't name them.
I name them, I just give them like different miscellaneous names every time in the true nature of randomizer.
Smith is Jeremiah, but Smith is not. Oh, Smith is Jeremiah. I thought you were talking about the locksmith. Never mind. That I can understand. We're talking about the bullfrog. Never mind. I got you.
Okay, purple chest, what do you got for us today? It could be something, it could be everything, and it could be absolutely nothing.
And here's the cool stare kill for Jesse. Now, this is not a horrible fight, so we do have hammer strats coming up here, and this will be a little bit longer fight because of this right here. Whoa, okay. Now, that would have been nice to have before we went up on the mountain.
Yeah, but the sea dictated, you're going to go up to the mountain before you get to it. Yeah, Tower of Hera did have flippers, correct?
Flippers were in Tower of Hera, correct.
Yeah.
All right, so nothing in Ice Palace at all.
Ooh. Ooh, boy.
As Maniacal will head over towards Desert, do want to remind you that as we head into the hour mark of this race, to give these runners a follow, they volunteer their time here on the restream. RadicalSniper99, Maniacal. Give them a follow. Also, big thank you to Lady Laura Linda. She is tracking this race for us for our enjoyment here on Speed Gaming. And this is the War for Hyrule. This is a series of up to 10 weeks worth of races between two different forces that runners can choose which ones they are put into, or they can have somebody put them in by random. Between the Hyrule Guards and the Ganon's forces, and you're trying to take over certain areas of a make-believe map here that mimics the Hyrule map. And the team tries to end up winning the territory. We'll see how successful they are. Hyrule Guard's been pretty successful throughout this event so far, except for the first race. They've won, I believe, excluding today's first race, which was not yet official when we got to the beginning of it. But Hyrule Guards have claimed most of these races. This is a very unfortunate time to pause.
The anticipation is killing me.
We'll find out what Maniacal has in just a moment.
He saved and quit, so he definitely got something huge from there. He has to have, right?
I am not convinced about that. And the reason why I'm not convinced about that is he must not have gotten the big key. Big key must be on the torch.
Yep.
All right, so Jesse's about to get the fire rod. Probably wishes that he had that first, but again, as I have stated before, my intuition was the same thing as Jesse, so there had to be something inside of Ice Palace. Penis of Maria by the mushroom.
That just made going into Ice Palace a lot easier to do now. We could just do the icebreaker and just not have to deal with anything that
you're right. That will make Ice Palace substantially faster now for Maniacal.
I was rubbing my hands together when that mushroom came up, like, yeah, that mushroom got something for us. I didn't think it was this huge.
All right, so we don't have the flute. So Misery Mire's nothing. Is Turtle Rock screaming at you now?
Yeah, it is. It really is. And that's probably the even more painful realization than I thought.
All right, so both of these shortness are in places that we've seen before. We'll see how Radical Sniper handles the upcoming Mothula fight.
Hopefully with relative ease. Then again, Mothula is like the second, if not first worst fight for any runner. Due to the nature of this, how it is right now. Take a look at this. You got a moving set of tiles. You got some spikes coming at you from here, there, and everywhere. And then Mothula decides to move an annoying path, firing 3 rings.
It's RNG City. And a lot of it has to do with the fact that the spikes are invincible, or causes Mothula to be invincible. Alright, here's Maniacal setting up for Icebreaker, having a little bit of difficulty, unfortunately. Gets a third try. Chad talking about the cruelness of the seed. We still need the mirror, we still need the boots, and we still need the flute. All 3 are items that you'd like to start with.
And it could be all into the rock for all we know.
Here comes the purple chest for Jesse. This will net him the book. And we're swimming with the purple chest to turn in the mushroom. How about this?
Hey, taking care of two things at once is a good thing. Especially when those two items do lead to some substantial progression. It's just a matter of making sure that you just get them out the way right now and just keep moving on. It's gonna be shit. Well, they're gonna definitely be heading. Okay. So, thankfully, Jesse already went through Ice Palace. So they can most definitely start heading towards Turtle Rock now. At this point.
Yeah, but let's hope that he and this is exactly what he's going to do. He's taking that chest back, and thus he will be getting the
book.
Which
now,
is good because Ether Tablet.
Yeah, Ether Tablet. That'll be the
By the way,
other
I did
sensitive. Oh, go ahead.
By the way, I did take a look back at Maniacal. Right side desert had the map and compass. Here comes that quick kill here. 1, 2, 3. Missed it there just briefly, but yeah, that's a lot faster kill for Maniacal against that cold stare. Whew.
Was literally blazing through that. Yeah, put crystal number 4 on the board for a Maniacal.
Yep, we're even both runners, and I think at this point Maniacal will head up to the mountain. Jesse will be short in tow, but this is where you can see the decision from Maniacal going to Skullwoods first actually paid out and gave him the advantage.
Yeah, it is kind of becoming a back and forth affair.
It is.
At this point.
Although I think we are going to be funneled into this Turtle Rock dip.
Oh yeah, but that's just that's inevitability right there. There's no escaping that, no matter how you look at it. Now, if we were able to just clip through the world for a bit, just to get to Misery Mire without needing the flute or whatever, I believe our runners would have done that. But that's something that they are not allowed to do.
Well, we need boots for that first.
And we need boots for that, of course.
All right, here comes Jesse up the mountain too, so you can see what the difference between these two runners are. There's one main difference between these two. Maniacal did the basement here of Hera. Jesse did not.
So yeah, if Jesse continues to avoid Hera basement, he will be in a slight lead still.
Oh.
As we get 20 rupees from...
I saw the red and I got excited, but it wasn't to be.
Yeah.
And maybe Jesse avoids checking this right now, but I have a hard time skipping this when I just got the book, but it looks like Jesse is going to make that skip, and this is going to pay out in the sense that he's going to be the first one into Turtle Rock.
And the best part is, if he really needs to check that tablet, he's probably thinking of item density here. So he's thinking, well, if I have to go back to tablet, Mire has to be in here somewhere.
Yeah, and I definitely get this idea. It's just more of the I can't stand walking past that thing and now having to go all the way back around the mountain when it's not here. And there's something on that ether tablet. And chat putting out a good point here, since we got this hammer. Palace of Darkness is the green pendant. Our buddy Helma might have something. Directly or indirectly.
Or our runners haven't checked the pedestal. What is the odds of a progression item being on pedestal right now? It's looking rather high.
I still say low at this point. Show me an ice rod, I'll change my tune.
Okay.
We do get our sword upgrade here.
Yeah, for it to be pedestal, we'll need to find the ice rod. And I think that's it. Because we already have bow, we already have hammer for the other two pendants. It's just a matter of, will we find ice rod here? And even then, if we did find ice rod, we still gotta check. We got plenty of other checks to go through before we humor ourselves with pedestal.
This is guaranteed to be a small key. Big key is guaranteed to be in the lava chest. So what do we talk about over the next minute and a half before we get to... And Crystal Roller's got to have... Oh, no. Never mind. The big chest could be a small key. What are we going to talk about the next minute until we actually get to a check that could be something?
Well, we kind of already went over the odds of pedestal. We already went over, like, the seed choke holding us on where to go to next. Well, we already covered the event as well, right?
Yes, we did.
Oh, me. Well, they got to do big key. I mean, they got to do the Ganon's got tower climb. We could do some early guesses of what could be in there. Spoilers, I'm pretty sure Boots is not in Ganon's tower because that's crystal required locked. And I'm pretty certain that we got to go through Laser. What if Laser Bridge have all of our items? Just a thought.
I mean, it's annoying, but at this point, the seed has given zero darns about what we feel as runners of the community.
The seed's lack of empathy really shows.
It does. All right. Here's a check that's either a key or not. It is a key.
So that means something has to be in the next room. If not, then that will be an even funnier thing to happen for it to be another key. That means that Laser Bridge definitely has something even more behind it.
At this point, we have seen... Well, okay, so Laser Bridge is going to have a key. So 2 or 3 items coming up here, because I don't think we've seen the map yet. I know we've seen the compass. And how nasty if this is the mirror.
Oh, very nasty.
Do you check Mimic Cave?
That is a good question.
There's the map, so guaranteed 2 items. There's the key. Come on, game.
All right, our
There's
flute.
the flute. All right, game.
I even quit. Oh.
Off to Mire we go.
No, okay, yeah, there's no ice rod. Okay. Yeah. No ice rod here. So we can't even do Trinex even if we wanted to. But
I mean, you can stare at Trinex. He'll just laugh at you.
Yeah, ain't gonna do much. You just those three heads. Well, the 2 heads will be laughing at you, and One of them will spew out fire, and the other one will start making an ice rain because.
Well, you can
Why
take care of
not?
the ice one, but that fire one's just going to keep breathing fire at you.
All right, so
All
the
right.
national anthem.
Same simultaneous flute activations go.
The song of our people, as we free the bird.
And to think for a moment, I actually thought about joining this race. It would have been a mistake. All right, off to 6 we go. We've got Mire's shed to check first.
Really
Maybe the seed will actually be nice and give us the progression there as opposed to checking for the 2 items that are in Misery Mire.
Nope, we're going in, boys. Get in, get your shoes in, get those boots on. We gotta go through the mucky mud waters to get into Misery Mire. Man, if Mire has nothing, I'm just gonna fold here because this seed is gonna make both of our runners do 260 216 at this point. Was it 216 or was it the full item count?
I think at this point in time, we could probably expand that pool to the Super Metroid's 100 and make it 316. Whatever's out there, we're searching, friends.
Oh, me. Yeah, Ganon cleverly hit the mirror and Planet Zibis.
Alrighty, 2 items inside of Misery Mire. This is a beatable dungeon. Oh no.
More
Oh,
fetch
no.
quest, anyone?
Oh no.
I mean, we did mirrorless blacksmith chain. We got our mushroom that gave us some more arcane. Why not one more? We could just do one more, right? We got enough tolerance in our bodies to do one more fetch quest, right?
Alright. Sure, whatever, game. Maniacal's going straight to Vitreous.
Clear Vitreous
Yes.
first, and then check out the rest of this dungeon afterwards. Especially after you got the first item. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This
I like what Maniacal's doing. Now, will it pay off is a different story.
I mean, getting back in here is not that huge of an issue. Oh my god! Well, we are 1 item left to be in go mode, and that's boots. And the worst part about boots is that you don't. Well, it's crystal lock, yeah, but it's not pendant lock. So we still fall in the trap of, well, boots could be anywhere. Unless it's like buried within the dirt over there.
Also spooky
Light
from
World.
Maniacal without the boots.
Let's go.
And we're seeing the same thing here from Radical Sniper over here by way of using the silvers.
Our runners knowing our runners flexing their technique muscles here today.
Oh yeah, they're doing a fantastic job. I'm gonna have to look up that silver setup. So Maniacal was hoping to get the answer here. It's, unfortunately not going to get it, but does get a key for his troubles.
To be real,
And we'll come back in.
Yeah. Gonna come right back in. Gonna check a look over in the left side. And then the moment he finds that mirror, he's gonna save and quit, start swearing on his breath a little bit.
At least he's got Beam Sword for Mire 2 here, as Jesse's going to finish up with this dungeon, be the first one out. Give him a little bit more of a lead, although with that mirror being right in the compass chest, Maniacal's going to head there first. So Maniacal's not that far behind.
Yeah. Well, while we got the mirror, we can always check the, just check the checkerboard cave.
First
and
up
maybe
is
that's
that
where our
checkerboard.
boots are at.
It could be. If that is the case, then we are in go mode. Here is the mirror for Maniacal, and, well, we were definitely grabbing that.
It's a button sword.
The seed has thrown us a bone.
Or a stick of butter in this case. Gotta get some margarine into that bowl to mix up all the other key ingredients to go in the go mode.
You're gonna see Maniacal do the same thing, getting this butter sword. Alright, so obviously the idea here is to go into Swamp. Swamp has 6 items inside, but also is the other of our 5, 6 together with Ice Palace, so it has the weight of 8 items in here.
Yep, by plain density. Yeah, our runners are making the right call here. Instead of going off on a weird Hail Mary.
Yeah, with the shovel. Of course, chat still wants the boots and Mimic K because they're not playing this seed. You ever find that if you're playing these seeds, your want list is a whole lot different than if you're sitting there in chat?
Yeah, it's called. I like to call it the spectator's curse, because as spectators, we want to see more content or more entertainment for our runners' demise at the expense of our runners' well-being. Well, as a runner, you wish you just want this to be over as soon as possible. You don't want to deal with any other shenanigans the scene wants to throw at you. And you just want to make sure you get out of there and get it done clean.
And that usually does turn out to be a conflict between what chat wants and what the runners want. And at this point in time, you're just hoping that the end of this resolution is that the boots are here along the path. And we'll see if that turns out to be the case. The problem with the mirror, though, is that the boots don't necessarily have to be on the path that you're taking. It can be in a lot of gross places.
Yeah, one of them I just named much earlier before we came to this point, which was on Pedestal. And that requires beating all 3 Pendant dungeons. So if our runners ever come across Ice Rod here, which I'm very certain they won't.
Well, the seed has potentially some jokes for us, as we do see the compass here and the 50 rupees inside of the big chest as Radical Sniper gets ready to do the diver down. We saw the Specky while we were talking just a moment ago, as we don't get the boots there, and there's the map. So there are 2 items on left side swamp. Hooray!
I hate left side swamp. All my homies
I hate it with a
left
passion
side
too. Can it be here? The answer is no.
Maybe Argus has our boots.
So besides this, we have K45, we have the shovel, we have Graveyard Ledge, Mimic Cave, Green Pendant Turn-In. It could be vanilla for all we know.
And of course, finally, Pedestal. Which is like at the very far end of that probability list.
Again, show me the ice rod, then I'll start worrying about the pedestal as a runner. Yeah, it's out of the back of my mind. It's in my mind right now, but I'm not thinking about it as the gross potential until that ice rod shows up.
Goes Argus, and that's a full heart. Not too far from there. We got Maniacal hot on the trail.
Jesse is been known to make a few skips so far this seed. Does he make a skip here? Nope.
They already did a lot of skips, skipping higher basement, so committing to this is not uncommon, so to say.
Now, does Maniacal do the same thing here?
I would most definitely would, begrudgingly.
So don't forget that this is a part of the War for Hyrule, and if you want to get more Link to the Past randomizer content, tune in again next weekend, 1 o'clock and 5 o'clock Eastern Time. That would be 7 o'clock and 11 o'clock Central European Time. There are races on Saturdays and Sundays for at least the next several weeks, and these races are usually with a nice big field. This race has 45 runners inside of the field as we try to see which faction between Hyrule Guards and Ganon's forces do win the race. I will tell you, though, that if you are interested in helping out with the crew of these races, we could definitely use some commentators, trackers as well. Getting these races on the air, definitely always nice, so that way we can share our love for A Link to the Past together with you.
Our love and hatred for it. Because let's be real, playing on a randomized setting is always a love-hate relationship.
And answering chat, this is Open 7-7 defeat Ganon, which means that we have to get the 7 crystals to get into GT, as well as defeat Ganon, and we do need to climb Ganon's tower. All right, left side swamp, give it to us. Left side swamp, give it to us. Well, that's red, but it's not the red we're looking for.
Those are some fake Jordans. Swampa's got some fake Jordans, chat.
Oh, right, we have a Bombo's tablet as well that we can check.
Now it starts. The hunt for the Jordans today. The Nikes. The big red kicks. Is it on Bombos?
I love the fact that Maniacal is pretty much echoing everything that Radical Sniper is doing here. When these two said put us on Restream, this is not the type of race I was expecting, but it's the race we got. Also, shoutouts to Radical Sniper's 99's MSU package, which is the 8-bit band MSU package.
At least with that Mire, they can check K45 as well, and then dig up the dig spot. There's our boost.
K45. We are now officially in go mode.
Hallelujah.
Answering chat, no, this is not boss randomizer. That ice rod will go unclaimed, although it's probably in GT at this point.
Yeah, it might as well be just for.
I know what you wanted to say.
Yeah,
I know what you wanted to say. I'm. Thank you for holding back on that one.
Yeah, just so that the C could do a little jiggle and giggle on us.
Jiggle and giggle makes me think of Jello.
I mean, the seed is a jolly fellow, so he has to shake like a Jello.
All right. Both runners getting the key. I'll get ourselves all set up for what's about to come.
Yep, won't be long now until we start doing the till we start doing the predictions for where our big key is at for Ganon's Tower.
All right, chat. There it is. Get your points in.
Where do you think the big key will show up for this in this situation?
I am going to say rando room.
I'm just gonna full send it. It's in the tunnel.
All right, that's crystal number 7 for RadicalSniper99. And with that, we're on our way to Ganon's Tower to get a check of up to 22 places where this big key can be. Pick a number between 1 and 22. Tell us where you believe the big key is going to be. Don't forget to get your points in on the prediction as well. Right now, 13 through 16 is the favorite, with checks 5 through 8 being the second favorite. Nobody picking tile room or number 22.
Well, yeah, that's where my pick is at, so I'm betting the farm on this one.
I'm going to say rando room. That's my thought process here. And just as a reminder here on this War for Hyrule, give these runners a follow. We're not going to make any updates about where other runners are in this race of the field of 45 until we get some finishers here on screen. So if there's any finishers that are off the screen, we will keep that to ourselves for now. All right. Because Jesse is the first runner into Ganon's Tower, we're going to be counting based on his checks.
And I'll call for bets.
Here we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, bettings are closed.
We're going to start over here. Hope Room. Could it be in checks number 1 and 2? Answer is no. We don't get ourselves a small key. Maniacal heading straight left.
Now, hot on the heels.
Our container not going to be picked up by either of these runners. So that check is number 3. Here comes checks 4, 5, 6, and 7. Small key. Red rupee? Nope. Number 6 is also a red rupee, or rather a small key, and there's number 7. And there's the mirror for Maniacal. This is where things branch out. Check number 8 is there.
Hey!
Check 8. If you pick number 8, you are a winner.
Maniacal was hot on the heels, but lost the trail again.
Yep, unfortunately, the Dark Magician route is not the payout route this time around.
To be fair, a lot of other people probably would have done the same too. So he is not at fault for making this play call here. So now the rest is just on execution, which I'm pretty certain Radical Sniper Jesse is pretty well versed in.
Both of these runners are veterans to the Link to the Past randomizer scene, played in various tournaments together. They are definitely no slouches when it comes to the execution. Both the members of the Invitational as well, JKLOL for Radical Sniper, and Bottles on Empty for Maniacal.
Oh.
And here comes the big key coming up here from Maniacal. Probably going to be saying a few words that you can't say here on Speed Gaming, but time to climb the tower.
I mean, you could try, but you probably end up getting censored.
You can try,
the
but
magic
you'll get a
dimension.
nasty gram from me.
Oh, well, that too. was gonna say that was a triple there on Latin Mouse 2, but unfortunately missed it by a hair.
All right, climbing up this fifth floor through the whiz robes.
Lane.
Both runners climbing this tower with 2 keys in their inventory, which is good.
Make sure you at the very least have a key before going up there. You can still make it by with just 1 key. You just got to take care of the mini morts before the bumpable wall at the near the top part of this climb.
And we're not getting any checks whatsoever, as kind of expected at this point.
Yeah, the loadout is stacked. You got red mail, gold sword, silver arrows, half magic, and even a cape tool. So there's no point in checking anymore. Now that you got are in go mode finally.
Jesse takes a fall to Moldorm 2. And Jesse will get the revenge this time around. Down goes Moldorm 2. And what do we have inside? We don't know. We're never going to know. Michael heading past the torches into the 6th floor. And once again, just before the finish here, I do want to remind you if you want to get more information about the War for Hyrule, which will have races again next Saturday and Sunday, 1 o'clock and 5 o'clock Eastern Time. You can do !WFH. You can find out more information about what this is all about and sign up for, or not sign up, but get yourself onto the Discord to partake in upcoming races. Hover time, Maniacal says. Get your GGs there for Maniacal hovering Moldorm 2.
$.
That had to feel at least a good here in this back part of this seat to be able to pull that off.
And RadicalSniper facing off Ganon as our first runner. It's going to be very quick work because of Golden Sword and its absurd damage for these 2 phases.
Yeah, I know Chat was talking about this still having a chance for Maniacal to claim it here for Ganon's forces on the restream, but it would take a catastrophic Ganon here for Radical Sniper for him not to get this at least on the restream. We'll tell you how the results are shaping up right now, coming up in just a moment. But Radical Sniper into stage number 3, and now stage number 4. Just need to get the 4 silver arrows in.
That's a double. Oh, that could be another double, and that's gonna be it.
Yeah, that's
Down
it.
goes Ganon.
GG's in chat. Radical Sniper is going to be coming on through. And
Go ahead.
RadicalSniper99 is going to finish first here on the restream at 139.39. Will finish 11th overall on the race. The race was won by Plasma Kappa, who finished with a time of 1:31.39 for the Hyrule Guard. Finishing in second was Magno Hato for the Ganon's Forces. Third was Power to Mario for Ganon's Forces at 1:36.27. Ascend for Hyrule Guard was fourth, 1:36.29. Tito's for Ganon's Forces was 1:37.02. T-Stew, then Dirdash, then Dixon, then Gilgamesh, Darkness Link, and hi, Radical Sniper. How you doing?
I don't know how to feel about this kind of dumpster fire.
Maniacal now finishes up this dumpster fire. Get your GGs in chat. We'll finish in 13th. Sandwich between Radical Snipers. Maniacal is PH or Libernacci. The seed that had you go into Pendant Turtle Rock to get that flute.
I want to point out the subtle requirement. The Pendant Pod Dip required as well for that Bombos
Oh,
medallion.
yeah, for the bombos.
Yeah.
Well, if you held
because
off on it,
Both dungeons were, both of the medallion dungeons were Bombos.
right? Yeah, that's right.
Yep.
Yeah. So, no
God.
getting it out of that one.
I didn't even notice
you
that
did
there.
Podar earlier. That's the only consolation.
Yeah.
After doing what you did in Ice Palace, how much did you hate the seed going into Skull Woods and finding French vanilla with that fire rod at the big key chest, and then the
So-
mushroom turn in?
At the time, I was kind of like, you know what? Every play I've made has at least paid out, in a sense. The fact that Ice Palace didn't pay at all kind of bothered me, but I was like, you know what? I'm sure I'm not the only person. And like looking at the 10 people ahead of me, I'm like, I'd have to see what they each did, but I gotta assume a few of them got Samaria before Ice. And, you know, if that's my big time loss to the top 10, I'll take it.
Speaking of ones who got the Samaria before the Ice Palace dip, we have Maniacal here with us.
Hey, seems like it wasn't enough.
So, first of all, what would you like to say to that Zora there in the Zora's domain?
Guy's a dick.
I kind of thought you would say that.
I think that's the speed gaming friendly version that I can offer up.
I kind of expected that. I was going to preface it, but I figured you already knew my requirements for language here. So, I kind of figured that.
I think I can get away with that one. But yeah, GG Jesse.
GG.
You know,
So in short, Maniacal soft locked because he got hit by a Zora walking to the scamfish.
and honestly, thanks to that guy, I just never went back, so that was fine.
I mean, yeah, you didn't miss anything. I think it was, what,
Yeah.
$20?
Okay.
Yeah, you're great.
Yeah. With Fast ROM, the extra rupees I was lugging around don't even generate lag, so yeah, I mean, all upside.
Yeah.
Very true.
I think for me, the real issue was splitting and continuing Mirrorless Smiths and taking the book into Desert.
I went into Desert with the book as well. to be
Both
honest.
of you did the same thing. What really separated you two, as far as this race was concerned, you did Dark Magician versus Radical Sniper went full left.
Okay, yeah, that would lose me the minute then. Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Because you both were within like 15 seconds of each other. Also, Jesse wound up getting the mirror first time through Mire, and you had to go back in?
Wow.
I gotta be honest,
Maniac.
at that point, you know what? It was the frustration at that moment. You're just like, I've done everything up to this point, it feels like. I think I skipped Terra Basement for the big key, so Big Chest had something.
Yeah.
I didn't pull the Ether Tablet. I was just like...
Bridge item, big key, and spike floor, and you go left. Jesus, dude.
I was annoyed. I was like, you know what? This seed has had jokes every step of the way. I am not taking the dog mire. I will go left side and continue.
I will say this, that both of you, when you watch this back, you're going to see how eerily similar, outside of a few changes, your routes were.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty consistent. Jesse and I tend to route somewhat similarly. I felt okay about my choices. Got fortunate with the item break in Skull. Decided to do mid to front, planning to do bumper ledge, and then got the fire rod and ended up with mid back.
I was gonna do mid to front in order to do purple chest.
Okay, yeah.
And then I did mid to back and still walked out for purple chest.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, doing that play into rescuing purple chest, or that may have been the time I grabbed the smith. I may have left the smith early.
Yeah,
I don't remember which of the splits it was.
Yeah, I had gotten the smith already and had done.
I think I had the smith
all the Death Mountain stuff that I wanted to do, and it was just like, Fire Rod gives me nothing, Mushroom gives me nothing yet.
Yeah.
Let's just go do purple chest as well, because what else do I have? And then you get the book. I did that with the Mushroom turn-in, so I got Samaria and book to back. So
yeah, we don't see too many people swimming with the purple chest, but you made it happen.
I mean, why not give the chest a journey? Like, we always talk about Jeremiah's journey. Like, sure.
I had the Samaria a little earlier than that, so I tried to push it. Yeah, I don't know. Did you go back in for left side swamp after Argus? Okay, yeah.
You both did.
I wish I had done K45 first, but at that moment you're playing density, like it's the dungeon.
Yeah,
I don't want to deal with it a second time.
And like that routes up to dig spot to bomb turn in, and so like I thought that was pretty rational.
Yeah, it was Bombo's like I did swamp to Bombo's tablet to 45 with the plan of shovel and big bomb and graveyard ledge after that.
Yeah, pod before Catfish.
Of course.
Okay.
Yeah,
and did you go back in for helmet at any point?
No, if that the thing was that because it was a pendant, I was like, pods might play here.
Yeah.
If that was a crystal pod, I hit Catfish first.
I was so stoked when Turtle Rock was Bombos.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, let's do this thing.
So, as I said before, you both will see how eerily close your routes were, except for a couple of differences. So, my main question for you, Maniacal, is when you got the flippers and you got done with the Death Mountain checks, what made you choose to do Skull Woods versus Ice Palace?
What made me choose to do Skull versus Ice there is I had split Smiths and had taken the hookshot, and the hookshot had come up arguably dry other than flippers. A lot of the flipper stuff was sequence breakable, and if I was leaving Mirror in Skull, I was really being pulled away from what should have been Swamp there. And I had the split with Purple Chest because I got hookshot from Smith, and then I had Smith done and was doing Skull down to Purple Chest.
Right,
and so it was a coverage play, honestly.
And it makes sense. And it did pay out for you in this case.
Yeah.
You do watch this back, you're going to see how many times I was saying that I was expecting something to be found in Ice Palace where Radical Sniper was, and just the fact that there was nothing there was absolutely flooring, and you ended up getting a lot faster pathway through Ice Palace, not only through being able to do Icebreaker, but also the fact that you had the Fire Rod to make Cold Stare a little less trivial.
Yeah, honestly, once I didn't go post-pod with Fighter Sword Bombo's Hammer, I decided that I was going to try and put Ice Palace a little bit later and look for some other things. And when when Smith was hookshot, and then hookshot with Mountain turned up largely blank, other than the flippers, I thought that it was reasonably likely that I was supposed to be in Swamp and not Ice, and so I was looking for my mirror. I obviously went over to Ice eventually, but yeah, I mean, why Skull over Ice there? A lot of people are going to do Skull early. I felt pretty bad about some of the early sequence, and especially some of the plays like Scouting Race Game and walking back for it, then Blind Spec Rock and it being 5 rupees, and like just a bunch of little nickel and dime stuff, plus the Zora death. This is a race where you're really playing for basically top 25%, or it doesn't really matter all that much. And so some of the choices were predicated on the value of also the structure of what we're doing. So
let me go ahead and talk about that real fast here, about this event, about the War for Hyrule, this thing that Lumaga has put together. What are your thoughts about this? Are you having a good time with this? I'll start with Radical Sniper.
I'm having fun. This is my 4th race total. I did 2 last week. I did the Influkis yesterday, and then this one today. I will say it's very different than like the main a qualifier vibe, because like I will say yesterday with the Influkis, what burned me and put me outside of top half of the Hyrule Guard was I made a skip that if it was a qual I wouldn't have skipped. Because like I'll play safer in quals than I will in this. Like I'm kind of playing, I don't think I'm playing for top quarter so much as I'm playing for broke in some regards, and I just wouldn't do that for a qual, I think. So it's different from how Maniacal's describing for me. Like I've said this a few times on my stream, is like I'm not necessarily playing for my team so much as I'm playing to just try to beat as many people as possible. I'm a mercenary who joined Hyrule Guard.
I just look at it as where the value in the structure is, and the value is very disparate between top quarter and not. And so that's really what the performance metrics incentivizes performance, and what they tell you to value. I don't like that about the structure. I think that there are things about the structure that I really am not a big fan of. But overall, I'm having fun with it. I think this is the 3rd one I've done. The one I was able to do last week went terribly for me. And then
which one was that?
I don't even remember what mode it was. And then I did the boss hunt yesterday, which actually I really enjoyed that mode. Ended up with a pretty good finish. Lost to Skelly, but Skelly's solid, so those things happen. But overall felt like I played it really well and had a good time with it, and really wanted to do this open. A little sad I didn't finish a little bit better. I felt like there were some fairly gross item locations in this one. It was a little bit unfortunate. Like Jesse was saying, some of the folks who finished ahead, I'm going to have to see what the routing choices were. Although it looks like a lot of it's clustered in like a lot of what I lost to is 139s. And so, just go from Stalfos room down to double firebar.
Yeah, and like I had that same thought, was just looking at it of like I see the 137s and the 136s, and I'm like, okay, if I get Fire Rod and Samaria and do Ice Palace, like I slide into 3rd, and then I look at Kappa and Magno at the top, and I'm like, okay, like
I don't know what they did, but
they had to hit the icebreaker right, and then some other stuff breaks. Or I also expect those two to execute like
they not that I know what they did, but there's kind of a case where they probably wound up skipping a few things, like for instance Terra Basement, like you did, Jesse, combined with getting the Samaria early, combined with maybe even avoiding the Breasmith chain because they didn't have the mirror for that at that point.
Well, you couldn't do it with a mirror.
You need the hook shot.
Yeah, hook shot got you flute, got you mirror.
True, but maybe avoiding purple chest aspect of it.
Yeah.
The purple chest avoidance, maybe hitting 45 before swamp, gambling on the exterior being the answer instead of the interior.
Yeah, left side swamp, even dodging. I mean, like, there's a bunch of things that could go differently.
And it's a vibes thing of, whether or not you play this like you would a qualifier, and what your observation is. Like, I don't expect anybody in this race to play this the same if we were 1v1ing. Like, I think this is just a fun way to have big races again, because when's the last time we've had nearly 50 people in a race besides this event?
And ultimately, that's kind of what Lumaga was hoping for when he proposed this idea to those of us who were on the inside back 2 months ago. And that's something I've noticed, is that each one of these races have had over 40 plus people. Like, the dailies don't get that many anymore.
Yeah, you don't see it as much unless it's the main tournament qualifiers, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
And even with those, like the fact that we've got the async option that we had this past year, like the quals that were live, the 5 live quals still had 50 plus people, but it was a lot less than the 100.
It was a little subdued. Which obviously we've got to start discussing as admin body for that coming up here, since the fall is coming up faster than we think it is.
Oh boy, it is.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Don't blink, you'll miss it.
I mean, it's been nice to have just some like more relaxed tournaments.
Yeah,
I'm enjoying a bit of a break. It's nice. This is a nice thing to
I'm taking a break.
Yeah, how much of a break is it? I'm doing a ton of ladder stuff. I'm doing this. I'm doing
I've done more ladder. I've did this.
but at least the ladder's at your own choosing.
I'm in co-op still. I joined Kabuki.
Okay, yeah, I got roped into Solski's Grimace thing. So
it's a break in quotations.
Yeah, still doing
fun side turnies, not the biggins.
Yes.
Yeah, it's not the grind of League looming every week for 8 to 14 weeks or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's not having to schedule, a match or sometimes 3 or 4 matches every single week. It's nice to have that time off and just kind of jam some fun games. And this is kind of in that vein.
In this kind of mode, you get to pick which mode you want to play.
Yeah, I'm not touching whatever inverted broken flute to try and make it slightly less bad thing they're trotting out twice this weekend. Like 2 of the 4 races, I was looking at this weekend like, well, I could probably do all 4, and then I looked at what was selected. I said, absolutely not.
That was my favorite version of Flukies so far. Like, I got really sick of Inverosia. I was happy to see Flukies for this.
I mean, I think inverted, we should just acknowledge that it was a mistake. It's still broken. It's not good, and we should stop trotting it out in tournaments.
Stop trying to make inverted happen.
Well, yeah, like it's just like it wasn't good in 2018, and it's not good now. It's the same as it was.
Okay, so Big Dunk, you can put a halt on that inverted invitation you have scheduled for coming up here in a couple months.
Yeah, he'll listen to me for sure. But no,
he doesn't listen to me.
Yeah,
he still dreads me out with bad seeds.
Oh Lord.
Anyways, let's go ahead and start wrapping things up for here. So, GG's to both of you, and thank you for participating in this, and thank you for sharing your thoughts about this. And I will leave you with one final thing in case anyone is still here watching. I'll start with Jesse. Why should somebody participate in the War for Hyrule?
I don't know. It's group races. They're fun. It's a light commitment, join a race, see how it goes. It's racing and a lot of people.
Maniacal?
Big race fun.
Keep it simple.
I mean, I will say, since we just keep on dominating the Ganon's forces at this rate, like, maybe sign up for Ganon's forces, people. They need some help.
Yes, we do. You slaughtered me too much here, Jesse.
I'm not trying. Like, I will say, I
know.
love the fact that we had a very evenly stacked race yesterday for that the second in Flukies, or the first in Flukies yesterday. 21 people aside, and you guys on Ganon's forces won the frontline battle, but it was the fact that we were so dominant on the reserves that sealed it for us. So I loved seeing that shake out.
It's part of my beef with the scoring algorithm, but you know, it is what it is. You play within the system you're given, and the rules be the rules.
Yep.
But yeah, thanks for having me on, and thanks for sticking around and waiting for me, Jesse, to finish up to chat.
I didn't have to wait at all.
That
That was nothing.
That was a minute.
That's nothing.
Yeah. It was pretty close. I'm glad I was able to keep it close.
Yeah. No, you keep it close. You and I are even. Very even match.
Yeah, usually.
For this.
I was gonna say, I think you've got like 3 of the last 4 or something on me. So yeah, maybe I'll get one of these days. Either way.
Versus JKLOL sometime. Rematch.
Oh man, we'll see what they throw out there for next spring. We'll see what the divisions look like, but I'll keep my fingers crossed.
All right, with that said and done.
Yeah, I didn't want to interrupt what they're saying here. So, yeah, thank you very much. Give them a follow. RadicalSniper99, Maniacal, both wonderful people in the community. GG's to both of you.
Thanks. GG's to everyone, and I'll let y'all close it out.
Yeah, have a good one, everybody.
If you're looking for some more action for this event, for these set of races, you can always tune in Saturday and Sunday at I believe 1 p.m. and 5 p.m. respectively. Am I correct?
That is correct. Eastern time.
And
let's go ahead and give a big thank you to Lady Laura Linda for doing the tracking for this race. And we'll see you next weekend. We'll get to see what the dice roll for the modes for this when Lumage pulls out the rollers and just declares what we wind up having for those races. So GG's to everyone, and we'll see you next time. Hub, you can go ahead and have the final word.
Thank you very much for watching. Y'all have a good day.